Hey, this is Steve Lukather, and you are watching 60 Minutes in Berlin. In the last year or so, the internal healing for myself, and my smile sort of came back, I mean, we all go through tough times. I'm not alone here. I mean, I'm a artist that makes records and whatnot, but I mean, I have the same problems, when you lose your parents or, or marriage or other things that you can't imagine or expect happening, and you get through it. I feel healthier than I've ever been. I take better care of myself than I ever have. Going out with Ringo was a big inspiration, because here's a guy at 72 years old that looks like he's 35 or 40, and the way his whole philosophy of life is rubbed off on me, as well as how much it means to me to have his friendship, and that I've gone through the rough times, and now I've come out the other end. Hence the term transition. The old me to the new me, sadness to happiness, or somewhat happiness. I mean, the world is a pretty messed up place right now. I found myself again. I got lost for a while. 36 years on the road it's a long time to so much has happened in the blink of an eye. It's seemingly, but really it was a long period of time. It took a long period of time, but being clear mind, body, and soul is a big positive in my life. I judge myself rather harshly, much more so than anybody, critics or internet haters, could ever put upon me. I'm much harder on myself, and I've had to relive. Unfortunately, there's stuff I did 20 years ago shows up on the internet, and some of it was great and some of it wasn't. And some of the stuff that wasn't is kind of hard to look at sometimes, but that's part of the price of all this, But I learned from it. And everybody falls down and makes mistakes, man. I'm not alone. Sometimes if you have to do it publicly, it's a little bit more humiliating.
Yeah.
But, I can tell, I've had to learn how to take a punch and stand up and be a man and go, yeah, I messed up, I'm sorry. But I'm not going to dwell on that anymore. I've said I was sorry, and I made mistakes regrets that I've had a few. But now I've come clean with it, and I'm moving forward in a positive way. You have to. I don't really think about it like premeditated thought anyway. I listen to what's going on, and I'm inspired and affected by what I'm listening to, and the options that I have to play something, especially when it comes to improvisation. I try not to play like other people, but I'm influenced by them. You can hear it in there. I mean, sometimes it's a little Dave Gilmour, sometimes a little Jeff Beck, sometimes it's a little Larry Carlton, or the millions of other artists that I love. But I don't steal their licks. I'm so inspired by what they do. It's kind of in my DNA, and I can't help it. But I kind of mix it all up in a big mixing bowl, or whatever you want to call it, and what comes out, I guess, is me. It's like getting the spark back in your eyes, behind your eyes. You know what I mean? And a little smile on your face, and inspiration. I mean, getting back in the woodshed, practicing and refining the craft, and trying to get better at it, not necessarily from a technical standpoint, but from an emotional standpoint. Digging deeper for the creativity and not just accepting the first thing that comes out because it's quick and easy. But I was able to take the time making this record over the period of almost a year, because I did 5 different tours this year with different artists, and I would bring back a little bit of inspiration from each trip. And that would inspire me. I was writing lyrics on the road and digging deep into how I'm looking at the world as a 55-year-old man. Where do I fit into all this mess? I mean, I got 4 kids, 2 adult, 2 young. I've been around the world. The whole political thing that's gone on in the last few years, and finally we've kind of got through that. Then, of course, we have a natural disaster, like the worst ever in America. I have a lot of friends and family that were affected by that. And you kind of go like your own mortality's looking you right in the face. You know what I mean? It's like, we think we're so great and powerful on planet Earth, these big human beings. And in 2 seconds, the earth shakes you off like a bunch of ticks on a dog, you know what I mean? And you go and you realize, wow, we are really not that strong here. Mother Earth's a lot stronger than we are. We should probably respect her a little bit more. And it's just all things of growing up. I mean, I'm not writing songs about going out to the club and picking up girls or getting high or drunk or something. Let's party, party, party. It's a young man's game. I mean, it should be. Hey, go out and have a great time. That's fine. I did it, done it. Don't need to do it anymore. Don't miss it, or I probably do it. It keeps you young. I mean, maybe that's what it is. I get to do what I love doing, and and travel the world and have all these wonderful experiences, and people react in a positive way for the most part to what I've been doing, and I'm having a great time. And when you love your life and you look forward to it every day, you don't age as harshly. If I was going to a job I hated every day and I hated my life every day, you could see it on people's faces.
Yeah.
I mean, for example, my youngest daughter's in kindergarten. She's 5 years old. She just started school. There are guys I see around that school that are 20 years younger than me that look 20 years older than me. So it's really all internal. I mean, I'm lucky. I guess I got good DNA or whatever, but I take care of myself now. I look at pictures of myself 10 years ago. I look older and worse, because I was really going through a lot of internal pain that I had to learn how to deal with, and it's cliche. Oh yeah, a rock and roll guy gets messed up on booze or drugs or whatever. It's a cliche. But we live this weird life, You go from the highest high to lowest low. You're all of a sudden in front of 10,000 people, and then you're all by yourself in a hotel room with your kids crying for you over the phone. Or it's not money, it's not fame. It does things to you emotionally and to your psyche, your insecurities and your guilt of not being where you with your kids or whatever, or you buy into the big lie that show business is so important when it's really not. It's just a great job. I have a great job. I'm not solving the problems of the world. There's a million better guitar players. I'm just trying to be me, and I get to do that. So it's a great life. So I think I appreciate my career more now than I ever did.
Yeah.
Very thankful for it, and very thankful to everybody out there that's been supportive of me. Thank you very much. I really do mean that. I really do.